We might just give other people a chance to understand what is in a Pilates class, so that if we do another one virtually, then there's a little bit more of an understanding what's happening. So I'm going to record this one, so that's why there's no music. But yeah, but very similar to what we do on a Monday, really. And I think it's a nice cross between the Monday's Pilates and then bringing in some of the stuff we do on Tuesday. So it should be all right for you all. It shouldn't be too different. So let's start with a warm up. We're going to start with doing, as always, our marches on the spot for me. Just moving those legs, bringing those knees up, getting that heart rate going. Lovely. And then we're going to take it into side steps. So you step to the side, then to the other side. So a little bit wider, stepping side to side. Getting that base a little bit wider underneath us, warming up these hips, and just stepping side to side. There we go. Side and side. Perfect. And now let's take it back, marching on the spot. So now back to our marching on the spot. And then we're going to change again. And we'll do this on Tuesdays. We're going to bring that hand up to the opposite knee. So hand, opposite knee. So the higher the knee, the harder it's going to be. Perfect. Hand to opposite knee. So you need to keep it down low, and you need to keep it to your limit. Alright, so make sure you're choosing your option. There. Now, we've not done this before in this one. We're going to take it into a single, and then two on that leg. So we do single, and then double. So a single, and double. And a single, and double. One more, single, double. Perfect. Take it into some heel digs for me. If I turn to the side, you can see heel goes down, the toes are pointing to the ceiling, and then bending that supporting knee. So don't block it, allow that bend to happen, and then prevent that injury knee. So just heel digs, warming up those thighs, stretching out that leg. And then again, we're going to do the same pattern. So we're going to do a single, and then double pattern. Single, and double. Perfect. Single, and double. Lovely. Single, and double. One more. And single, and double. Now we're going to come back up the body and we're going to do our shoulders. So I'm just going to move my screen. So shoulders for me first, we're going to roll them back. So nice big shoulder rolls here for me. Rolling them back. If shoulder rolls are difficult, shrug. So an up and down movement will warm up the shoulders just the same. So roll them back, nice and big. I'm going to sneeze. It's gone. Last one. Now let's put those hands up onto those shoulders. Try and keep the elbows high. And you're going to roll them back. I'm just going to admit another person into the group. You keep going. So, roll them back. Perfect. Good time of taking off the cardigan. She's finally got hot.
Our members, Tama.
Lovely. And now let's take the arms back. So big circles back for me. Don't hit anything. But big circles back with the arms. Perfect. Lovely. Now we're going to do it all again, but forward. So start shoulders again. Roll those shoulders forward. So nice big rolls with those shoulders. Remember, if that's a challenge, shove them up and down. All right. So you can choose the options there. And then we're going to take it back up. Hands onto those shoulders, keep those elbows high, and then elbows circle forwards for me. Try not to drop the elbows too far. Keep them at shoulder height if you can. Nice big circles. And then last one, we're going to take those arms forward, so really stretch out, bringing them forwards. Hands hit the light. Perfect. And last one, relax the arms. Now just walking through these heels for me. So let's just go back down to those legs. So we're just going to do some heel walking through. So you can see. So it's just lifting up in the heels. There we go. And then we're going to leave one ankle up, and if you can roll the ankle round. Now, if you can't roll the ankle, a point and a flex will again do the same thing. So you can either roll it or point and flex. Change direction, roll the ankle the other way, and then change leg. Other ankle, roll again, point and flex if you need to. Wobbling already. And then go the other way for me. Perfect. Now we're going to just do some quick arm exercises. They're not going to be as bad as Tuesday, but we're still going to do some work. So hands clenched for me, pin in those elbows, and what I want you to do is bring them up, and we're going to drop. So bring them up and drop. So nice and easy, nice and relaxed. Do not tense those shoulders up, keep them down. Think about that core. So are we sucking that belly button in those elbows? So no floppy, wacky, crazy arms for me. Perfect. Then from here, we're going to change. So the hands are going to come up to the armpits, the elbows stick out, and then we come down. So bring them up and down. So if you want to make it harder, grab some weights, and that will make this exercise harder for you. Weights, tins, bag of sugar. Lovely. Keep going. And then from here, we're going to keep those fists clenched. You're going to bring up one arm to the opposite shoulder, replace it back down, and then you're going to go to the other side. Right, so switching sides, going to the opposite shoulder, opposite hand. It might take a while for the brain to just click in, but just opposite hand to opposite shoulder. Warming up the arms, warming up the shoulders. There we go. Perfect. Now, we're going to bring, this is just the warm up of the arms. We're going to bring those arms up for me. And what I want you to do is I'm going to do 8 claps to the top. So we're going to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now hold them out straight and just give some small pulses for me. So palms are facing down, nice straight arms. We're just going to do some small pulses. And to reverse this, we're then going to turn the palms facing up to the ceiling, and then we're going to do some more pulses with the arms. So nice and small, nothing too big. Reverse those palms and work the muscles underneath. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is take the arms back around, so the palms now face down, and you do small circles with the arms. Now, this is going to hurt. This is going to cause, you can feel this straight away. So if you need to bring those arms down for a rest, please do. And then to change this again, we're going to clench the fists, roll the hands the other way. Again, it's going to hurt. It's going to ache. Keep with it. And in 3, 2, 1, bring the arms down. I told you I wasn't lying. Just roll the shoulders for me. We are, I forgot to say at the beginning, we are going to have a little, not a massive break, but a little break, because we'll do a bit of this, which is our cardio and strengthening, and then we're going to go into the stretches and Pilates side of it. So we'll have a little pause for a drink. I want you to bring in your chair, if you've got a suitable, I've got a ladder, so it's not really a suitable chair, but it works. So bring in the chair for me. You're going to sit. I'm going to turn it to the side so you can see. You're going to sit so you're on the sort of the edge of the chair. So don't sit back super slump. You're going to sit towards the edge. Aim for middle edge. That's what you want to go for. Now, in our Monday's class, we're in the circle, and this is where we drag that chair forward. All right. We're not going to do that today because we might have a lot of room. What I want you to do today is you're gonna practice some chair getting up, but also a chair lift. So depending on how comfortable you are and your limit, you're either going to use these arms, all right, as a swing, and as you swing, you're going to try and come up, and then you're going to come down, all right. So that swing is going to get you up, all right. So you can stay here, and that's really going to help with your quads and your squat. Further this, you're going to stand, you're going to hook your chair, lift, pop it down, sit back down, all right? So the harder version, using the arms, you're going to stand, hook underneath, lift, pop it down, sit. Now, obviously, only do this if you can lift your chair.
One's a bit heavy.
If you can't lift your chair and it's quite heavy, still having this motion of that pulling up will still work the arms, all right? So you don't have to lift the chair too high to feel that in the arms. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Right, so either you're staying at this motion here, or you're going to do the hard version of lifting up the chair. So you need to decide. So in your own time, I'm not going to say it or put a speed on you. You're just going to work through it. So we're going to come up if you're doing the hard one, grab the chair, lift, down, and sit. All right, and repeat. We're coming up, chair, lift, down, repeat. So do your own speed, your own time. There's no rush. If you're staying at this level, you keep repeating this level. All right. So I'm going to let you completely decide here what you're doing. We're going to do a few more. Really think about keeping those knees nice and soft. So never straighten them, never lock them. It's nice and soft. Always make sure you put your chair back properly before you sit on it. I don't want you going backwards. It'll be a first, but not a good first. Perfect. Lovely. Two more for me. Lift it up. And last one. Perfect. Right. We're going to keep the chair. We're going to stand up. And I want you to come behind your chair. So you're going to hold onto the back. I'm going to face the side so you can sit. So you can face the side as me, or you can turn so you're facing the chair. So it's completely up to you how you want to do this one. If you've come from a Thursday class, you know this one. We've done this before. So we're going to work on using our tiptoes. This is really going to help the core. So when we're doing this, you need to think about lifting up in the legs, in the spine. Nice big posture for me. It's really important. First thing I want you to do is my feet are now flat on the ground. We're going to come halfway to full tiptoes to halfway and down. All right, so we're just going to keep repeating that for a bit. So halfway, full tiptoes, halfway and down. Again, halfway, tiptoes, halfway, down. Repeat. Halfway, tiptoes, halfway, down. Lovely. Halfway, tiptoes, halfway, down. This time we're going to go halfway, tiptoes, halfway, hover. So don't put them down, just hover. Again, halfway, tiptoes, halfway, hover. Halfway, tiptoes, halfway, hover. Last time. Halfway, tiptoes, halfway, hover, down. Now if it's aching, just walk through and it will release the tension in the hips, in the calves. You might feel it in your glutes. Now the next pattern that's going to come is we're going to go tiptoes, knees, put the feet down, then straighten. So we've got tiptoes, knees, flat feet, straighten. Again, tiptoes, knees, down, straighten. Tiptoes, knees, down, straighten. Very good. Tiptoes, knees, down, and straighten. Again, tiptoes, knees, down, straighten. Last time. Tiptoes, knees, down, and straighten. Now I'm going to add in a lunge. So we're going to go tiptoes, knees, down, step a leg back, lunge, bring it in. All right, so tiptoes, knees, down, step back, lunge, and in. Again, tiptoes, knees, down, step back, lunge, and in. Last time, up, and knees, down, leg, and in. Now, if you're facing the side, just turn the other way. If you're facing your chair, we're going to use the other leg. All right, so the same pattern, but lunging with the other leg. So we're going to go tiptoes, knees, down, leg, lunge, and in. Again, tiptoes, knees, down, leg, lunge, in. Two more. Tiptoes, knees, down, leg, lunge, and in. Tiptoes, knees, down, lunge, and in. Again, walk through those heels. If that tension is in the hips, in the calves, that's going to release it. All right, last one. The dog's scratching at the door to get in. The last one before we're going to go have a little drink. We're going to walk, do it here. So, you're going to have a few options. You're either going to keep flat feet and you're going to walk without a gap between your feet. Now, to make it easier, increase the gap. To make it harder, close the gap. When you get to your end, you're going to turn round and you're going to go onto your heels and walk on your heels. To make this one harder, you come up onto tiptoes and you walk on tiptoes. When you get to your end, you turn round and you come the way on heels. That's option one, right, with a couple of changes there. Other option you can do is you're going to go sideways. You're going to step, cross in front, step, cross behind, okay? So that's a pattern. Step, cross in front, step, cross behind. That's option two. That's the easier version. Make it harder, up onto those tiptoes so that you will go step in front, step behind, step. Right, and you would go back, doing it the other way. All right, so a couple of options. You either keep flat feet, turn and then heels. You either come up onto your tiptoes and you will do the walk, turn, then on your heels, and then you can be step, cross in front, which you either do flat feet or on tiptoes. All right, so choose your option. We're going to do a there, back. I'm going to do this actually because it's a bit longer. All right, so choose your option, and 3, 2, 1, off you go. So choose the one that you want to do. You do not need to follow me if I'm doing a too harder option. You need to decide what's right for you. I'm going to stand wobbling today. And then when you get to your limit of your room, go the other way. Go on the heels, do your crosses, you stay doing one as well. So you can see option one. So remembering that the smaller the gap, the harder it's going to be. because you've reduced your area. And do last one for me, last time, doing the option into the screen so I can see everyone's okay. Lovely. Right, have a little drink because we're going to go on to some more concentrated stretching after this. Sorry, I warmed you up. Are you feeling all right?
Yes, thank you.
Tara did have a cardigan on to start with.
Yeah, I'm warm now.
Good. I told you never stay cold in my classes for long. So long since I did Pilates, I did not need my notes to remind me what I'm doing. So on this section here, you may need your chair because we're going to do some stuff balancing on one leg and then doing the other leg. So keep it near you in case you need it there, just for a little bit of confidence as well. And sometimes actually using the chair makes you push yourself a little bit harder because you've got that stability from the chair. So I'll let you decide with that one. Right, all back. Perfect. All back. So, what I want you to do for now, we're going to work from top to toe on our body. So, we're going to start at the head first. So, I'd like you to, we're going to move the head from side to side, but we're always going to come back to centre. All right, so, we're going to go one side for me, come to centre, and then change the other side. And then come to centre and change. So, side to side. Centre and the other side. Very good. Again, centre to side, and back to centre and side. Now come back to centre, and this time I want you looking down. And then we're going to come up to centre and then look all the way up. Again, come back to centre and looking down. And let's go centre and looking up. Last time, centre and down. And then we're going to come up all the way to the top. Now we come back to centre this time. We're going to drop one ear to the side and you're going to try and get that ear to the shoulder. If you need a little bit of help, you can put your hands on the head here and you can just encourage that head to come down. But again, entirely up to you to increase that stretch. And then come to centre and then you're going to go the other side. So that ear drop into the other shoulder. Lovely. Now come to centre for me. Now I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. We're going to do your one hand, make sure I don't take my hand. One hand is coming up, the other hand is going behind, and the palm is facing out. And you're going to really push back with the hands so you can feel that stretch in the back. And the hands are going to change, and the other arm's going to go back. And again, that palm's really pushing out, and again it really work that back and then change. So keep those arms changing for me. Lovely. And again switch the arms. Perfect. Let's do two more times and changing those arms, really using the breath. So as you change the arms, you're breathing in. As you're pushing into the stretch, you're breathing out for me. So the speed you do this on is all determined on the breaths that you take. Let's do one more. I think I said one more before, but we'll do this as our last one. Lovely. Now bring the hands into prayer position for me. So they're going to stay in front of the chest. I'm just going to lower the camera so you can see my hips. So we're going to keep our hands pushing together so the elbows are sticking out. There's tension in the hands, all right? So it's not floppy, we're tense in here. We're really pushing the hands together. Now you're going to take it side to side, but it's in the torso, not the hips. So I really want you to think about keeping these hips facing forward. So you've got to imagine someone's holding you here. So we're not twisting like this. Hips are staying forward, and it's the torso that's moving, not the hips. So it's going to be quite small movements, but a good stretch. If I was to use my hips, I'll be able to get here. All right, so that's the difference in the stretch. Really keep the hips forward. You're just moving the torso. And again, using that breath. So you breathe in as you change, you breathe out as you go into the stretch. And breathe in as you change and out as you stretch. So this is all determined again, the speed in which you breathe. So you might be slower than me or faster. Perfect. All right, now drop the arms. We're going to do the same thing, but I want the hips now to come in. So we're changing, and the hips, allow the arms just to be nice and relaxed. So they will end up wrapping around the body, but the hips are now allowed to move. So you're going to get a bit more of an increased stretch. We're looking over the back shoulder to really warm up and stretch this back. Nice and relaxed. Make sure we're breathing, do not hold in that breath. And last one, come to centre. Just steady yourself, because that can be a bit of a dizzy, make you a bit dizzy. From here, we'll do some lovely, lovely, lovely squats, because we all love a squat. So I'm going to move the camera down, and I'm also going to come to the side so you can see. So first thing I want you to do is our legs are going to be just a little bit wider than the hips, and the arms are really important. So as you go into the squat, your arms are going to come up, and they're going to come to the shooting up in the diagonal. As you come up from the squat, they go to the side. All right, so as you go down, the arms come up, and then they come down. All right, so again, use that breath. So I'm breathing in as I come up. I breathe out as I go down into the squat, really pushing my hips back. All right, so as if we're going to sit on the chair, and then we take our arms and we come up. Few more for me. So nice big squats. I'm just going to check everyone's all right. You keep going. This isn't your time to stop. Perfect. So 2 more. Now we're going to change the squat a little bit. So if you want to stop and have a look, please do. So it's the same thing, all right? We come down into the squat, but as I come up, I'm going up onto tiptoes. Replace my feet down, go back into the squat. As I come up, I go up into tiptoes, replace my legs down. So before you go back down into a squat, you must have your heels on the floor, okay? So I'll just show you again. You go into your lovely squat, you come up to standing, so tiptoes, pop the heels down, okay? So that's your little pattern there. Again, I will let you go at your own pace, all right? Remember, breathing out, pushing down. Lovely. Really take your time. Do not rush. No rushing here at all. And Pilates. Really think about your breath. All focus on the breathing. Let's do 2 more. So make these 2 really count. Try and push yourself a little bit lower. Try and get a little bit higher on those tiptoes. Last one. Perfect. Again, any tension in the legs, walk it through, and you'll really notice that release. Now this we might want to grab a chair just to hold on to for support. I'm also just going to do that. Camera skills aren't the best, but we do. So we're going to work on these lovely, lovely legs. First thing we're going to do, bring that leg up for me. So just actually, let me do that. You can see. So bring the leg up, and all you're going to do to begin with, nice straight leg if you can. Still relax the knee, all right? And we're going to point and flex the foot. So we're warming up that ankle, really working on the muscles around the ankle. This really allows the toes to stretch as well, and really think about the arch of the foot. So as you point, you're really stretching out that arch, and it's something that we never do. Never look after our feet, and if you do get trouble with the arch of the foot, best thing to do is get a tennis ball, have the ball on the floor, and then you place it, your foot on top, and you roll the ball back and forwards, and that really massages the foot and really helps the arch. All right, let's change legs for me. So place that one down, pick up the other leg, and again, point and flex. By all means, if you want to sit down and do this, you can sit down as well. So don't feel like if it's too much standing, then please take a seat, and you can also do this sitting down. It's not a problem. Now, put that leg down. We're going to go back onto the other leg. We're going to pick up the legs. It's going to be at 90 degrees for me. So again, nice knee is relaxed. You're going to swing the leg, but it's going to come from the knee. So the hip stays still, and it's just a swing from the knee. And what we're doing is we're building the muscle and the ligaments around the knee. Really good one. If you've got weak knees, if you've got prone to knocking those knees, if you want to just strengthen that joint, a really good one to do. And you can make this harder by putting some ankle weights on if you've got ankle weights, or wrapping something around the ankle that's heavy. This is a really good one to do. Do it sitting down as well, like I said. And again, to make it harder sitting down, put the weight on this, on your, if I show you actually. If I ask to sit down and do it, I'm here picking it out. So if I was sitting and want to make it harder, put a weight on top of the leg, and then because the weight's on the quad, it's going to really make it harder. So like a big heavy book or something like that. All right, a few more, and then exactly the same thing on the other leg. So pop that leg down. If it needs a bit of a release, just walk, open that ankle up and down. Changing legs, again, 90 degrees for me, and then we're going to come from the knee, all right? So it's a swing from the knee, hips nice and straight, we're nice and tall in the body, posture is good, so slouching the shoulders. There's so much to think about. It's a simple move, but lots to think about. Lovely. From here, changing legs. We're going to use the hip now. So I'm going to actually turn again so you can see. Again, Tuesdays are going to know what this is. You're going to bring that knee up for me. You're going to open it up like a gate, and then you're going to bring it down. All right, so open it up and down. Now, to make it harder, you don't have to put the foot down, and you turn it into a circle rotation. All right, so it's a circle. My foot is not touching the floor. So that's your harder option Easy option is you're going to pop that foot down. So bring the knee up, we open and down. Or you're doing a nice big circle of the hips. So I'm going to let you choose, because one is harder than the other. Please don't push yourself. You need to decide what's comfortable for you. And we're going to go the other way. So if you're doing the circle, you're just going to do the same thing. You're going the other way. If you're doing the other easy version, you're going to bring the leg out to the side, close and down. Out to the side, in and down. So that's your easy option there. Right? This does hurt the hips. It's a good one for the hips, but it is sore because we never do anything like this. The hips are always forgotten because they're always there and we sit on them too much. All right, last one. Same thing again, other leg. So again, if you need to just walk it out quickly, walk it out. When you're ready, we're going to lift up that knee, open the gates and pop it down. 2 posts on chair. Up, open and down. So again, if you're going to do the circle motion here, it doesn't touch the floor. If you're doing the easy version, we're up, open and down. Up, open and down. Perfect. So choose your option. If you want to have a go at the hard option, then come back to the easy option, then by all means do. All right, last one, and then you know what's coming. We're going to reverse. So easy option, bring it up, in and down. So out to the side, in and down. And the other version, you're going to keep that circular motion going. So that's your hard option there. All right, so I'll let you choose. Whilst you guys do the easy version. Perfect. 2 more. Last one. Lovely. Again, walking through these hips just to release that tension. The last we're going to do are the hips. So you're again going to bring up one leg for me. We're going to open, so the knees going to point to the side, but then we're going to close. It's going to cross in front. So it's an open and a close. Open and close. So we're doing a circular motion, and this is our linear option here for those muscles in the hips. The higher the knee, the harder it's going to be. So bring it down, and it'll be slightly easier for you because it's less on the hips. All right, so just have a fiddle and just move the knee up and down to see where you're comfortable, but you can feel it working. There's a difference. There's a difference between pain and exercise pain. Perfect. Last one. Pop the leg down, give it a wiggle if you need to, and changing legs. So again, bring it up. I'm going to cross in and open in. Try and keep the supporting leg still, so don't do any of this. That's something completely different. Channeling our inner flamingo. Lovely. Keep it crossing and opening. Perfect. And last for me, bring it down. Right, now everyone, if you haven't, we're all just going to walk through the legs just to release that muscle, get rid of that lactic acid. I don't know if you can hear, but my toes are clicking like mad today. Lovely. So, I'm just checking the time. Perfect. So, we're going to do a few stretches on the chair. So, just bring the chair in for me. Just so that we're close to the screen. And I haven't forgotten that we do a little relaxation at the end of Pilates, so I haven't forgotten that. So the first thing I want you to do, you can do this standing or sitting, it's completely up to you. So we're just going to start with the chest and the top of the back first. So the first one, we're going to interlock the fingers. You're going to push them away from you. And I'm going to just drop the head so the chin goes to the chest And I want you to imagine that someone's kind of horrible, but they've punched you in the stomach. So what happens is you're going to contract, so you're going to have that curve of the spine as you're pushing the hands. You really curve it, and you're almost sort of slouching over chin to chest. Now to reverse this, we're going to release the hands. They're going to go behind us. We're going to put them onto the lower part of our back. We're going to look up, and we're going to stretch out the chest. Really think about lifting up in the chest. If it helps, put your hands on your shoulders and pull the shoulders back, and then you're looking up. Keep your balance if you are standing though. All right, so I'm going to give you a few options there. So pushing the hands, so now the back is arching the other way. That stretch. Breathe into it, relax, try and enjoy it. Perfect. One last time, let's reverse. So, insert the fingers, push the fingers away, contracting that to me, so really curve the spine going the other way. If you're doing it on all fours, I call this the calf stretch. Perfect. Now, release the hands, place them onto the lower part of the back, push, 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 arch the top of the back, looking up for me. Do not hold the breath. I still want you breathing. Lovely. And just place the hands on the top of the thighs. Just relax, all right, because that's a bit of a different stretch. Now, what I want you to do is you're going to hook around one of your thighs. Let me turn again so you can see. So you're going to hook, so it's underneath the thigh for me. Place the other hand on the back of the chair and look over the back shoulder. This is the same thing as we did at the beginning with our torso. We're just going to hold it rather than from side to side. And you come to centre for me, and we're going to do it the other way. So the hand goes underneath the thigh, onto the back of the chair, and then looking over that shoulder. Lovely. One more time each side. So come to centre first, hand under the thigh, twisting around, looking over the back shoulder. And then again, change. So come to centre first, hand into the thigh, onto the back of the chair, and looking round. And come to centre. Now we're just going to stretch off these hips because they've worked a lot today. So your options here, you can either hook your ankle on top of the other ankle. You can either cross so it's knee to knee, or you can have the ankle on top of the knee, all right? So this is your hard option, this is your medium, and that is your low, okay? So please get, well, I always say comfy. You're as comfortable as you can be when you're stretching. And all I want you to do from here is you're just going to allow the top of the body to come forward, and you're just going to rest on top of your legs, and you'll feel this in your hip. Try not to allow the glutes to come off the chair. So always remain in contact with the chair. It's the torso coming forward. It's your torso weight that is stretching out your hips. It's not comfortable, but you know what I mean. And then slowly for me. The last we're going to do this side. One hand on the knee. The other hand is going to hook under the foot. You're going to pull up the ankle but push down the knee. And again, you will feel that in your hip. So this is, if you're in the harder option, this is what you're going to look like. If you've got your knee over, same thing. Hand pushes there, reach down and lift. And if you're hooking, you're going to have to reach a little bit lower. But again, same thing there. All right. So you're pushing down the knee, lift up, so that you can really feel that stretch in the hip. Lovely. Change legs for me. So keep the option that you did the other leg. Same options are here. And again, we're going to let the torso come forward, stretching out that hip. You might find that one side's tighter than the other. That's completely normal. Do not worry about that. And the muscle that you're stretching, try not to tense it. You really want to relax that muscle, because the more you can relax it, you'll get lower, I promise. Lovely. Slowly come up for me. And the same thing again, hand onto that knee, hook under the foot. You're pulling up in the ankle, pushing down in the knee, and you will again feel that stretch engage in the hip, and that will really help with all that hip work we have just done. Lovely. And then bring that foot down. All right, so part of the meditation part of Pilates, what I would like you to do, you can stay sitting on your chair, you can sit on the floor if you wish. And I want you to just have a moment just to close your eyes for me. And I'm going to take you through what we call a body scan. So all you have to do is listen to my voice, as annoying as that might be for some. We're going to start in our feet, and we're going to move up through the body. Okay, so try and keep the eyes closed. Try and get into a comfortable position so we're not too fidgety. And I want you to bring your attention to the feet. I want you to notice if there's any tension in the feet. So when I'm talking about the feet, I'm talking about your toes, the arch of the foot, the heel, and the ankle. Okay, so you need to just have a think. Notice anything. If there is any tension, try and sort of crunch the toes, or you can stretch out the ankles, and then just allow it just to relax into the floor. So we call it spreading of the foot, and you'll just spread the toes and the weight down. All right, so we're really thinking about that tension and trying to relax and get it out. Now from here, we're going to work up. So we're going to come up to the thighs, not to the thighs, to the calves, not the knee just yet, just below the knee. So we're just in our calves. Again, notice if there's any tension there. Squeeze them if you need to, and then relax them down. And again, so if you need to squeeze those calves and relax. So we did a lot of work in our tiptoe sequence in the calves. That's going to hurt. So if you need to. Now coming up into the knees. So again, notice any tension, any aches, any pains in the knees. Give them a little rub if you want to with the hands, or try and squeeze the knees. So squeezing the knees, you need to engage the calves and the thighs, and then relax. Perfect. Coming up to the thighs, our massive muscle here. So again, we did the squats, that's going to hurt. So just notice what is needed here. Again, give the quads a nice big squeeze if you need to. And then relax. You need to give them a bit of a shake with the hands, then do. Give them a bit of a squeeze of the hands, do. Really encouraging just the muscles just to relax away and just try and get rid of that lactic acid. Now coming into the hips. So the hips is a massive problem. Always get a bit weak, always get a bit sore. So again, you might need to just give it a wiggle on the chair, just to have a little move around if you need to. Again, clench those glutes together and relax them. Clench them and relax. And that's really going to engage those muscles and really encourage a relaxed sensation out of the muscles. We're going to do the front of the torso first. So we're going to go into those abs. If you need to put your hands on your core, then do. And again, just notice if there's any aches and pains sort of around the front. So it could be the front of the hip bones. It could be into the, into the center of the abs. It could be further up. And again, if you need to give them a squeeze, when we clench those abs in, so we suck them into our spine, and then we relax them out with that nice breath. Perfect. And let's go up. So we're going to go up into this lovely chest. So again, aches and pains that kind of come from the front of the shoulder. Again, give it a bit of a squeeze of the chest and relax. If you need to use the hands, then do. And it makes sense to go from here into the shoulders. So this is where most of our strain comes from, because we're always tensing them, we shrug them. And again, just encourage the shoulder blades to slide down the back. So you don't want the shoulders up high, we want them down into the back. And let's go up in the neck. So again, notice any tension, notice any pain or ache. Move the head if you need to stretch out the neck. Give it a bit of a wiggle. Perfect. And from here, we're going to come to the sound strain. We're going to come to the front of the face. All right, so we're going to think about our face, think about the head, and notice any strain in your face. So it could be, is there any tension in the eyes? Do you feel a bit of a tiredness? Is there sort of tension around the cheeks and in the lips? And if you do, you're going to scrunch your face up, and then you're going to relax that face down. So give it a big scrunch and relax. And you really think about your eyes dropping back into the skull, and that's really going to encourage that face to relax. Now we did the front of the torso, we're going to go down the back. So what I want you to do is we're going to start at the top, right into the beginning of our neck, right into our skull, because that's where it starts. And I want you to just imagine someone's got a finger on the back and they're going down every single vertebra you've got in your spine. And as that imaginary finger goes down, I want you to notice any aches and pains. Move the back if you need to, if it needs to just give it a bit of a wiggle. And just notice any sort of, where are your aches in your back? Do you hold it upper, lower, in the middle? Is it a bit of both? And just notice any pain, aches in that spine. And again, give it a wiggle if you need to. Contract it and release. And then we've done the whole body, so I just want you to take a moment just to think about the whole body, just to notice anything in your body. Do you feel different at the start of the class to what you do now? Is there anything else you could do to help with those tension in different parts of the body? So after this class, you may need to just have another bit of a stretch. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And we've done for a Monday. Monday afternoon exercise, actually. I thought that was a good one. Good one today. So what I've done is I've recorded this one because it's the first one we've done. So I'm sure Ruth can get it on the Facebook page if you want to do it again, and you can stop it and pause it and do whatever you need to do. And then let me just check. The sun's right in my eyes here. Let me just check the schedule and I'll tell you what we've got coming. So we've got Wednesday I'm looking at next week, right? Sorry. Thursday, we've got exercise class. So I suppose a little bit like today, but harder. And then next week, we're doing Wednesday afternoon, which is chair Zumba. And then Thursday is our exercise, both starting at 2 o'clock.
It's earlier, isn't it, Thursday? Is it not 1:45 this week for Thursday? Because we had to change it because I've got that coffee morning.
Yeah, this Thursday. So that was, yeah, thanks, Ruth. That was my fault. This Thursday is 1:45, 12:45. Next week, they're both at 2 o'clock. Sorry, I forgot about that. So this Thursday, 12:45. All right, so don't be late. Oh, I might be late. All right, so Thursdays, as normal, our lovely exercise. I can make it easier, I can make it harder. You know me, I can do all that for you. All right?
Okay, bye. Thank you.
No problem. So if I see you on Thursday, I'll see you Thursday. If not, I will see you on Wednesday. All right?
Thank you.
No worries. See you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.